Sagittarius, welcome, welcome. Happy holidays. You've got two choices, and it's really telling you very much so that your intuition, your psychic abilities, your intuition is on. So we're going to talk about these choices because it's fascinating and a lot of fun. Stay tuned. Your reading is interesting, and the one thing I want to tell you, because since this is a general reading, this one is a little tricky and can go two different ways. And it's a general reading, so I'm going to give you kind of the two different ways that some of this stuff is talking about. The one thing I also want to tell you is go to the December astrology, where it's talking all about the planets and all of the energies that are surrounding us and affecting us. That'll really, really, really help out. It's a longer video because it discusses everything of the entire month of the planets and how it'll affect you. So take that into consideration and check that one out. And with this reading, oh, and before I am speeding up the shuffling and the laying out of the cards, tell me how you like that. If you prefer me to leave it in real time and just talk, or speeding it up and then just getting right to the reading, which one you prefer. If you feel like it, please leave me a message in the comments to let me know. This reading is so crazy. Okay. So I'm going to give you the two kind of ways that it's going. The one thing that I can say first off is that truly, 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 your High Priestess and your Queen of Wands, right? You have a High Priestess, Queen of Wands, which is telling me that your intuition and your psychic abilities are on, okay? Because you've got a double High Priestess here in the middle, okay? One up here, one here. That's the Give Me card. This is like the middle. High Priestess is there, coupled with the Queen of Wands, and she's very psychic. Okay, champion. And you're really on, because the thing is the other cards that were really calling to me is you've got this double Seven of Swords. Now, the Seven of Swords is a tricky card. A lot of people view this card as negative, but let me tell you the two connotations of it, all right? All right, so we've got the Seven of Swords here, right? And we've got this guy that he's kind of leaving this encampment. Some people say it's military. I say it looks more like a circus, but isn't life a circus? Anyway, so he's leaving this encampment. It looks like he's sneaking out, but yet there's people back here, right in there, that can see that he's leaving. It's not like he's totally getting away with what he's doing. Okay, so this card, most people read this as, rather negative and everything, and someone either stealing or not being honest. And hey, Theo, nice to see you, Theo. You go lay down. Or sometimes this card has to do with someone leaving, being the lone wolf, taking their goodies and going a different path, leaving where you're at and going a different path. So they're different. And what's really interesting is this is like a Mr. Murray. Mr. Murray? What was that? And so I'm really curious as to which one this is, because in your environment, you've got that card, plus you have it in your attitude. And the thing is that you have a double hermit here. So you are deep in thought about this. And you also have choices. You know, the high priestess is 2, so you got choices. You've got another with the coins, the manifesting 2s. And then also in your just recent past, you have 2 of wands of actions. You got 2s all over the place. These are like really, you know, polarity and choices. And so you've got choices. You're in high hermit mode of trying to go into your intuition. Trust it. I'm telling you right now to trust it, because in the middle here, it's saying that you're not sure if you can trust it. I'm telling you right now, you can trust your intuition, your gut feeling. You're very psychic and with it right now. So like really trust your intuition, because something in the middle here, your justice card, you got a justice card turned upside down. And it's either talking about, let's go up. It's either talking about how you're trying to get things balanced here, right? You're trying to get things balanced. And with the justice card, a lot of times justice is either you get justice, you don't get justice, something is fair or unfair, right? In either case, you're trying to balance it. You know, life isn't always fair, that's for sure. But you're trying to balance that. And so this really can go either way. But something is telling me within this reading, there's also an intuitive side, like a premonition side that can come forward with a reading like this. Like you're having a feeling that you're seeing something coming, right? Whether someone's leaving or you know leaving, there's going to be choices to be making. The things are brewing in this reading, which is fascinating. I'm like, oh. So things are brewing, and the biggest thing is to trust your intuitions on this. And also your high priestess is covered with the Page of Cups. So a lot of times, yes, Page of Cups can deal with like children, but this is like the messenger of the emotions. Cups are emotions, and intuition can sometimes be, what are you doing? You having fun? Intuition can come from the mind and the heart, the emotions. Like it depends on how you like to get your information. Everybody's coming through right now. Everybody's just getting a little excited. So here's what it's probably because I just fed them. Here's what we've got. You are having high intuition, and it's saying it's coming from your emotional side, so you're feeling. So pay attention to what your emotions and your feelings are telling you. Trust in that right now. So, I mean, the cards are really, really trying to help you in that area of that's where you're going to find your answers on this. You should know what you're thinking about. You should know what these choices are, because it's in your environment, it's in your past, so it's right on you right now. And the Hermit really trying to go deep inside, go deep to your soul to ask the question of what you should do, what you should choose, what you should do. Okay, so, and it talks, coming into the future, it's talking about the Queen of Cups within your emotional side. The Queen is a double emotion. She's a queen, which queen are emotions, and then the Cups is emotion. So it's a double emotions. Once again, saying go to your emotions. And with, now the kitties are playing over there, really distracting, but we're going to keep this together here. The one of the cards coming into the future is, it says that even with you feeling emotion about some things, you're going to use this and the information that you're getting from your emotions to allow yourself to let words, hurtful words that people have said to you in the past, to let them go, to not hold on to them anymore. That your emotions are worth more than that. Your emotions are worth giving to things and paying attention to things that are worthy of your emotions. And you're going to let go of the things that are not cool. Sometimes when people say stuff and do stuff or whatever, and you hold on to it, because it's, you know, you just, but that just means that they and it, or whatever it was, has more control over you. And that's not worthy of your emotions. That's not worthy of your heart. Give that to people and things that deserve it. And attention, your focus on the things that deserve it. That leads us into your future line. Your future line starts talking about, you've got a double 3 of Cups upside down. And it's interesting because it's saying that everything's going to become more clear to you in the near future when you're in scenarios where there's a lot of people around and the people that are not supporting, not having the natural flow towards you, unsupportive, Three of Cups upside down, is going to give you the information that you need in a calm sense, because you're going to approach us like the Empress up here, which is your nurturing nature. So it's interesting because a lot of times people can say don't get over emotional about things, but right now, Daisy, right? Oi, oi, vey. Right now, it's actually saying that your intuition through your emotions is where you're going to get it, and you're grounded with that. So use them. They're going to tell you in this particular window of your energetic right now. They're going to tell you what you need to know, which makes sense. Because then the second half of December, you're going to go more into Capricorn and you use the aha moments and the get realistic and then get your plan going. But right now, it's your intuitive and it's your emotions that your cards are telling you to pay attention to. And the more, here's something too, the more you're the Empress, a lot of times the more loving and more nurturing and calm and open you are, people have a tendency to tell on themselves. If they have something that, well, unless they're psychopaths and then it's just a game to them. So be careful if you're dealing with any psychopaths, but or rather heavy narcissistic people. But within this, with most people, the more nurturing that you can be and mothering and calm and gentle towards them, it's interesting to see how people need to have kind of Tourette's and kind of tell on themselves. Listen, be paying attention, because people are going to be telling you what's their truth, and then you'll be able to make up your own decisions and minds on what you want to do, whether you want to go the lone with it, go a different direction. I don't want to play in that sandbox with that person anymore, these people anymore, this or that, I'm going a different direction. Or rather, someone's telling on themselves and they're not being honest, and that's this Seven of Swords can sometimes be, and you need to, they make their decisions and what they do, but when it affects you, you need to make your decisions. So it's fascinating. I'm not trying to make anybody paranoid here, but this is utterly fascinating of which scenario within this, because it's a general reading, which scenario within this it is, but definitely the choices, definitely the two scenarios, and to pay attention, because you're not going to be anybody's fool, and that's something that's true in either case. It's saying in the future. All right, so give me a moment. And it does say in your hopes and fears about you wanting to start actions for new things, and it has to do with your environment, your sanctuary, and your well-being, to implement those new things, so that those things are the way you feel best. So, okay, give me a moment. I'll be right back and we'll do the wrap-up. Just a quick reminder to check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. This will give you a feel for which energetic you're possibly experiencing right now. And if you would like a detailed personal reading, you can book a reading at ctgtarot.com. And thank you for subscribing and clicking the like button. The kitties and I are very grateful. Okay, here we go, and I'm going to be quick because Champion is calling in the bathroom for me to cuddle, so I got to go in there for a sec. But here's the key thing is intuition. Your intuition is on. Your psychic abilities and your intuition is on. So in these decision makings, you've got choices to make right now. You should know these choices. The thing that's important is to really listen to your gut, your intuition, from your feelings. Your feelings is where it's telling you to come from, and that's where you're going to have all your success with understanding, bringing in the information that you need to understand what choices you should make. Okay, so the two choices are, there's contemplation and deep hermit contemplation on the balance and the justice card, with either somebody going the lone wolf, taking their things and going someplace else or someplace, doing something else, like a separation, right? Either you or somebody else. Or the other scenario is somebody's not really being like honest, and they're being a little bit on the trickster side, and you might have a premonition about something, someone, not trying to make you paranoid, but someone not on the up and up. And I really feel like you're feeling an intuition about this sort of stuff. So there's those two scenarios there, and the choices that you have to make based upon that. You want to make sure it's just and it's fair and it's balanced. Go to your intuition. In the future, you're going to have, from your emotional side, you're going to let go of things that really hurt you, that people said. It's not worth your emotions to give to that. You're going to give it to people and things and focus that are deserving of your emotions. You've got hopes that new projects, Ace of Wands, actions that you want to take within things that are your environment, your sanctuary, that you want to make to the best, that makes you the most happy. So you have hopes of really accomplishing that. In the future, you're going to have events or something. You're going to go to a social or whatever where there's people and actions where they're going to show whether they are supportive of you or not truly. And they'll have a tendency to kind of tell on themselves. And all you need to do is be the Empress. All you need to do is be warm, loving, giving, and you're going to get the information that you need to get, so that you're not going to be the fool in any scenario. Whatever you have to choose here, and these choices that you're trying to make, that you've been having a hard time making the choices, but I'm telling you, trust in your gut, trust in your emotions actually right now is really working well for you, and you're going to get everything that you need. It's absolutely fabulous. Also, listen to the December astrology long form. It's going to give you a lot of information on the pacing of this month and how it goes and how to utilize it best. It's really, really helpful. Okay, so fascinating reading. It just makes me so intrigued of like, what is this? Where's, who's, what? So I wish the best for you, and I hope you have a lovely December. I'm sure I'll do a mid-December reading, so we will talk soon. Excellent. Mush mush. Talk to you later.